The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chasers program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dovey, I mean, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. We're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our, responsibility to, with the reach that they have nationwide, to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the Chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players.
So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk, but the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to be a part of the Futures program. We want to make sure that we are always putting the players first. We're always putting these young women first, and we care about them as people first, and then everything else will fall into place from there.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
watching you use them. Walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty, it's harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Just step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not even for corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net. Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Hands back, extended, be able to catch it, and as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it, nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're a lefty, right? So you're going to throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're going to throw it. Take your stick out just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're stealing a defender off and cradle down here, okay?
Get him a good shot, but let's try to throw in a fake and go high or low, okay? Sound good? Ready? Tweet. Woo! I always think it's so funny when...
Catch it.
I'm stark. All I've had today is McDonald's breakfast.
The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chasers program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dobie, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. We're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our, responsibility with the reach that they have nationwide to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the Chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players.
So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk, but the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to be a part of the Futures program. We want to make sure that we are always putting the players first. We're always putting these young women first, and we care about them as people first, and then everything else will fall into place from there.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty.
Women's Professional Lacrosse League live from Hofstra University. Thank you for joining us on LaxAllStars.com. My name is Dan Fritz, joined today by Devin Collins. And Devin, the Battle of New York in front of us today as the Upstate Pride look to increase its foothold on the playoffs as the New York Fight trying to crawl their way into possibly that fourth place spot in a must-win situation for each team this afternoon.
That's right. You know, it'll be a battle for New York, and have a little bias being from upstate, but now I'm residing downstate, so I don't know who to root for. I'm a little torn.
It will be a fun game indeed, and especially when you look at the last time these two teams played. The Upstate Pride, they lost to the New England Command in a thriller, the first overtime game that we saw here in the league. 11-10, the final score. On the other side, the New York Fight. For any of you watching us at home, that the only way you can just describe it is just a war that occurred at Baltimore. The loss 16-13, 29 total goals, 114 total shots, 47 total saves in that game. New York had plenty of opportunities, 66 shots, but Kelsey Donnelly, the Baltimore netminder, 29 saves, obviously the mark for the season thus far. On the other side as well, he said the New York Fight, the league's first team, again, to do the overtime. Sarah Martin's 2-point goal with about 10.5 left in the fourth quarter gave the Pride a 10-8 lead, but Taylor Hench from New England had another idea as she just put the game on her back, tied it up into overtime, took care of the overtime winning goal. And that's where we stand right now. Set to get things rocking and rolling here in a scorcher this afternoon. 92 degrees, bright sunny skies. We've already got it over under, folks, on which one's going to burn first. The smart money's on me as we're nice out in the sun here in Hofstra. As on your screen, the Upstate Pride going left to right, the Fight right. I'm sorry, I've got that backwards. The Upstate Pride going from right to left. I'm thinking of the stadium, and we are underway.
First draw control taken by Danielle Spencer. A win for the Pride.
The flag is up already as a foul called against Taylor Cummings. And it looks like first opportunity for the Upstate Pride is going to be from the free position. Taylor Cummings gets sent off for the yellow card, so free position shot already. Right up the center hash, as we know the rules here. Going in, the shot, the score that fast. Allie Carey has the Pride on the board, 1-0 here in the opening quarter, her second goal of the season. So that fast, The draw control win by the Upstate Pride. Take it down. They get the foul. Taylor Cummings has to go off with a card that lasts all of a couple of seconds. And 1-0 favor to Pride.
Yep, Taylor Cummings back on the field because Pride scored. So now we are even in numbers and back at the draw.
Back at the draw. Just to let everybody know as well, because of the weather, we will be taking a mandatory break for these women at about the 7.5-minute mark. So we don't want anybody taking to injury because of this weather. We'll have a good, clean game. A doubleheader here once again at Hofstra. The New York Lizards will be along later on tonight. They'll have weather, maybe a little bit cooler. But right now, the Upstate Pride again with the ball, heading back behind the net. Haley Warden in the net for the fight. Kelsey Gregerson, we talked about the game that the fight had last time out, taking care of business for the fight, wearing the white over blue, and as they head back on their first offensive opportunity, setting up as they have before. Taylor Cummings off to the left, Zoe Stuckenberg off to the right, and just backpedaling.
Giving each other a chance to catch their breath, and they're setting up for their offense. Looks like they're running a bit of a motion here.
Now off into the corner, Kylie Oldmiller with the ball. Oldmiller, shot goes in, save by the Pride netminder. Molly Wolf getting the start. And a fresh shot clock.
30, Molly Wolf.
Fight now trying to work back in. Long pass, Stuckenberg. Stuckenberg fires and ties things at 1.
That was an excellent cross field look and finished by Zoe.
Zoe Stuckenberg, her 5th goal of the year. The horn sounds. Like that little effect. So it's 1-1 here with about 12 minutes goal.
Score by number 50, Zoe Stuckenberg.
Last time out for Stuckenberg, 2 goals. As Ellen McPartland gets her 3rd assist.
That's Zoe Stuckenberg from
And we have a 1-1 ball game. And unlike the last time we were talking about when the fight took the field, Devin, they were up and down the whole day. Weather is definitely going to play a factor in the tempo and the momentum, just to save to see what you have left at the end. Because with the talent and the skill and abilities on both of these benches, this is not going to be one that's going to be decided early.
Absolutely. I think that people are going to be a little smarter with the ball because of the heat. You know, it's just blistering out here, especially on the turf. It's about 10 degrees hotter. So I think that they're all going to be well aware of how many times they have to run up and down the field, and they'll try to limit that by having some quality possessions.
The Pride, though, right in off the pipe. The shot off of the right hand, Dara Epler.
32, Allie Carey.
I'm sorry, Allie Kelly. I'm looking at the wrong side of my sheets here. As the fight try to work their way in, Shannon Brady gets the benefit of the whistle. Quick restart for the fight. Marissa Romeo with it on the left-hand side. Not sure for the whistle. Trying to get everybody on side. Again, the restriction line here in this league is midfield, so I know that's been something that the women have had a hard time getting used to, especially in the first couple of games. You can just see them looking down, as we said all along, as that shot goes in just off to the left. Kylie Oldmiller will get the restart, and 10:22 left to go here in the first. 1-1 the ball game. 22 on the shot clock as the fight get back to work. Oldmiller back behind the net. Oldmiller going to turn that left hand, and it gets deflected in front.
The Oldmiller, the save by Molly Wolf.
Picked up by Marissa Romeo and recovered. Fight still has the ball.
Copy, we got it.
Now back in front, stepping into it and taking matters into her own hands. Molly Wolf just steps through, and
Shot by number 7, Kayleen Hart.
They called it for a shot. Now back the other way.
We have Meg Markham in shooting space. Nothing you can really do about that. High to low pass.
So Meg Markham will back up. And setting up for the Pride, Danielle Spencer. Spencer going to go to the left side. She shoots, she scores, she gets the first of the afternoon. off of the free position.
Upstate goal scored by number 2, Danny.
2-1 is the score. She's now 1 for 2 on the free position. Spencer's 5th goal of the season. So again, the fouls, and as you said before, even with the weather, maybe the smarter look for the ball, but also the defense has really got to be careful as well. Meg Markham gets called for the foul, the free position shot offered, and now the Pride back on top 2-1.
Absolutely.
Set up for the draw control once again, 8:40 left to go. Again, the clock runs. And something that's also been talked of, and especially the last time of our broadcast, they modify the running clock rule maybe at the end of the second, at the end of the fourth, maybe the last 2 minutes, because the shot clock of 60 seconds has done wonders as far as to minimize and reduce stalling tactic, which was obviously very legal. But you also wonder, as far as after a goal, maybe you buy a couple of seconds, and maybe you don't line up your stick the right way on the draw. So it's good to see how the league is improving in its first season. It was great to even see that save there. Molly Wolf dropping down but getting the stick up. So a great save by the Pride netminder. Back the other way come the Pride. Back behind the net, Meg Markham right in the middle of things trying to get a turnover. Loose ball, the keeper out of the net. She's trying to race back. She's going to have to hustle, but an errant pass gives her the time. Pride have it. Shot clock at 30 seconds. Rolling right, shot goes in, and a missile just goes wide to the left.
Number 28, Elena Romsberg.
As Romsberg uncorks one. Pride still have it, though. 17 on the shot clock, working back behind the net. Warden trying to get through traffic. She's only got 5 seconds left. Time running down. Pride going in. Step through. Taylor Cummings gets a stick on it.
Great pressure by Taylor Cummings.
Loose ball. The fight have it. So great work by the defense. And now the clear. Here comes Shayna Brady. Little check pops the ball in front of her. She takes it off the roll. Brady comes inside the attack. And the fight, trying to tie things up. 2-1's the score, 6:40 left to go. And again, the first stop that we get, we'll take a quick break for everyone to get some hydration. But right now, the fight want to try to tie things up. Taylor Cummings patiently up top. Cuts left through traffic, nice poke, pops out of her stick. But a foul is going to get called. So Taylor Cummings is going to get the free position opportunity. Cummings on the year, 1 for 1. She got her first goal of the season. She'll go in and right into the basket of Molly Wolf. Score remains 2-1.
Now by number 21, Taylor Cummings is saved by Molly Wolf.
Straight on through and just lost one up and over.
A wild shot that was.
That was really off kilter. So now a foul was called because they were putting Warden back up to the line. Didn't see what it was. Maybe that was the reason why the ball sailed over. She got fouled from behind, but nonetheless, Haley Warden cranks and fires, but nonetheless, Kelsey Gregerson, as we saw last time, just denies the opportunity. Here comes the fight up the left-hand side. Marissa Romeo. Nicole Graziano. Ohlmiller steps, now turns, nice look, she gets in and she tucks it home.
Finish.
Upper corner to tie things up. Kylie Ohlmiller, her 4th of the year, but first of the afternoon. And it's a 2-2 ball game, just under 5 minutes to go. And they're going to call for the timeout for everyone to get some fluids. But we'll stay here because it'll just be a minute. The first 10 minutes gone, Devin. And we saw a good back and forth action. Good work in the midfield and on defense. But once again, it looks like the netminders are being that variable to keep this a 2-2 ball game.
They sure are. They've had a lot of point-blank shots with the 8 meters that we've had. So it's nice to see them getting those shots and making those saves.
And again, the goalkeepers being more as far as wearing things in this weather, the helmet, the additional padding, what little there is that goalkeepers wear for any lacrosse level, which is one thing that's always amazed me, somebody that's come from the world of playing hockey. It kind of scared me a little bit the first time I saw just how little these goalkeepers wear, but still, they're the ones that have their heads covered the whole time, but keeping things level right now at 2 with 4:51 left to go. Here in the first quarter from Hofstra, the home field for the New York Fight. The Fight trying to get that first win, elusive first win of the season, but time is running out as they have this, but only one other game left to go, and that will be next Friday on the 6th of July, part of a doubleheader in Westchester. They'll take on the Philadelphia Fire, the Fire themselves. Depending on how things play out, one win might actually get you some postseason action in this short season of the first year of this league. But you look at the standings, the Baltimore Braves sitting on top 3-0. They'll take on Upstate again, the first part of that doubleheader. The New England Command, their regular season is done. They finished 3-1. They're a half a game out right now from the Brave. They will be in the semifinals. And then spots 3, 4, and 5, well, that's where it gets interesting. The Upstate Pride, 1-1 as we said. The Fight 0-2. Philly 0-3. With a couple of games left, like we said at the top of the show, a must-win situation for both teams. So we'll see how it plays out as the women come back out from the break. Again, 4:51 left to go in the first, tied at 2, thanks to the upper 90 shot from Kylie Ohlmiller. And we get set for the draw once again.
Now we're seeing some action from Sammy Jo Tracy, who we haven't seen on the draw just yet today. She's been really working on that, and I think that it's a strong suit for that team.
Zoe Stuckenberg comes away with it for the Fight. She goes to the right side with Sammy Jo Tracy in tow. So the Fight once again will start to work back behind the net. Kayleen Hart. Hart rolling. She cuts back. As the Fight set things up. Off to the right, Cummings fires and a save by Molly Wolf.
One Taylor Cummings, a save by Molly Wolf.
So the Pride working through the midfield with some room. Off to the left-hand side, quickly in front, bounces one in. Alex Aust gets the Pride the lead, 3-2 with under 4 minutes left to go. Alex Aust did a nice job taking the pass, sends it off the turf, and then even then, like we've talked about the weather as well. The Heat going to have maybe a little more of a bounce off of this turf with all the little rubber pellets you see on your screen as well. But nonetheless, it finds the back of the net. Scores 3-2, and this is what I was talking about, Devin. As far as you slow things down a little bit, the clock's running. Mm-hmm. Who does it ultimately favor?
Honestly, I think it favors the midfielders, to be perfectly honest. The less time they have to be sprinting up and down the field, the better for them. I think everybody who's impacted by the Heat, so the goalies just being in their pads for less time. But yeah.
Nonetheless, Sammy Jo Tracy gets the credit for the assist. Again, 3-2 is the score.
We have Kayla Kempney on the draw this time.
But the Pride have the ball right back. Here comes Sammy Jo Tracy as one gets sent wide.
Pride she was going for that two-pointer, wasn't she?
Only two two-pointers in the league so far this year, so... And I'm surprised, and we've talked about this in other broadcasts, at certain situations how, and I guess maybe it's something that the players are still getting used to, the fact that you have somebody from distance that can give you 2 points.
Absolutely. And, just there being one less player on the offensive and defensive end has really opened it up for those shots to be able to be taken. In college rules, there's 6 on 6, or 7 on 7, I'm sorry. So there's a lot more space for you to be able to take those shots from far out.
And plus, how many times have you heard in your days as well, the coaches are saying, don't shoot that far out, get the smarter shot inside.
Right.
So it's working against everything they were taught for 4 years.
It is pretty counterintuitive, I will say. And finally, not stopping on the whistle is another thing that I think everybody's had to train themselves to do, just because.
A foul call on the far side. Not sure where it'll be. I don't think close enough for a free position. Nope, they step it up. So, stepping up to the line, Graziano will walk her way in and then just sends one wide to the right. Fight still have the ball. 15 on the shot clock as we get back to live action. O'Miller behind the net with 10. Looking, you hear the bench counting down now with 5. O'Miller starts to peek out the left side. Final 2 seconds, gonna have to do something soon. The shot goes low, but wide right. So great work. Graziano, she tried to scoot one off the turf, just missed the mark, so not giving up a shot clock possession, but allowing the Pride to get started back from the end line. Here they come, right to left on your screen once again. Just about 70 seconds left to go here in the first. Off to the left-hand side. Graziano once again got to stick to it, but the Pride keep it. 40 on the shot clock.
Quarter, 1 minute.
Pareca. Shayna Pareca now rolling left side.
Handling heavy pressure from Alice Mercer.
Shot goes in off the right hand of Molly Stevens, but just misses. But some hustle by the fight netminder.
17, Molly Stevens.
Gives it for the fight. They've got 38 seconds to do something with it. Gregerson sends it up. $20 seconds left to go as the fight all the way to the left. Kelly McPartland. McPartland now will settle in. 13 left. Draws a double, little flick. Stukenberg, the little hop step before she moves, goes right. Cummings. Lane shut down quickly. Final 3 seconds. Quickly in front. That got bounced around, and the horn sounds. 1 quarter in the book. At the end of one, the Pride are up 3-2. We're going to take a step aside when we come back. The exciting second quarter. You're watching Women's Professional Lacrosse League here on laxallstars.com.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty. It's much more harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not even in the corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net.
Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Hands back, extended, be able to catch it, and as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it. Nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're left and right. So you're going to throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're going to throw it. Make your stick up just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're sealing a defender off, and cradle down here, okay?
Welcome back to Hofstra University. First quarter action in the books, 3-2 the score. And once again, Devin, the scoreboard really not showing what we saw out on the field. Great action so far in this first act as both teams battled back and forth, but the Upstate Pride coming away with the 3-2 lead after one.
I think one thing to take away is definitely the goalie play again. We've seen a lot of big saves from both teams, so I think this quarter their coaches probably advise the girls to really focus on their shot placement.
And the giggle only because, once again, the girls forgot that we switch every quarter, so now need a few extra seconds before we move as they switch things up. As heading the other way, Molly Wolf will take the net to our left. Kelsey Gregerson to our right. Wolf came into the game 0-1, the product out of Loyola. 7 goals against with 6 saves. came in for action for the second half on the last time out. Back underway. The draw control goes up. Fight come down with it. Zoe Stukenberg gets her pocket picked. Epler, but the fight still keep the ball, and a foul's called as Taylor Cummings started to work her way in towards net. She'll go once again to the free position line. Now they're going to start it outside of it, so a restart. Cummings still going to take an inventory a little bit as she walks off to the right, but play continues back behind the net. Kylie Oldmiller looking, she's rolling around. Oldmiller cuts back across and she fires and just goes wide right. But the hustle of Kayleen Hart keeps the ball for the fight. Now they got 30 seconds still on the shot clock. Kayleen Hart ducks, sends it back behind the net for Oldmiller. Oldmiller looking. That backhand shot, she shoots, she scores! Kylie Oldmiller ties things up. Just 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
Textbook rocker dodge from Kylie. That was beautiful. Great finish.
Her second of the game.
Kylie Oldmiller lands number 2.
Ties it up.
Ties things up indeed. So just like that, and we saw that the last time. She just has that nice backhand behind the back, off the hip. She joined us in the broadcast booth up in Boston last time the league saw action just the other day, and we were talking about that. It just comes so natural for this woman. She can just turn off the hip. Really makes it a hard day for any keeper to keep an eye on that shot and see what's coming in. But nonetheless, she's got her team tied 3-3.
Definitely.
Set for the draw control. Rip to the left, Zoe Stukenberg pulls it out. And the fight. Marissa Romeo. Romeo looking for some room in front. Nice little cut to Stukenberg. She sends back up. McPartland. Trying to go in front. Stukenberg trying to take it and the shot. She'll get the benefit of the foul. Zoe Stukenberg will go for the free position. Stukenberg 0 for 2 on the year. As she lines up, she drifts right, she shoots, and it goes just wide right. Stukenberg trying to get the keeper to bite a little bit. But nonetheless, the fight still have the ball. 25 on the shot clock as they work back behind the net. Kayleen Hart. McPartland. Stukenberg. Through traffic, she comes through, and great work by Molly Wolf to just close the 5-hole and keep it away. The Pride come away with the rebound and the ground ball, and now the transition through midfield. Here comes Molly Stevens. Stevens, left side, fire off the pipe. Alex Ost uncorked one. It just couldn't get in.
Number 10, Alex Ost.
Back down the field, Marissa Romeo transitioning.
Taylor Cummings cuts and turns, keeping the possession. Here's Kylie Oldmiller back behind the net for New York. 38 on the shot clock. Ball game tied at 3.
Looking to set something up. Maybe give everyone a breather.
Much needed one today, but Oldmiller again, you never know when she's going to uncork one. She gives it, Romeo fires, and that's just across the goal mouth wide left.
Backed up by Graziano.
Graziano comes back in, 15 on the shot clock. She lobs one all the way up top. Gilbert. Hart. 5 seconds left. Hart looking. Hart tries to tuck one into the post. And it goes off and to the left. So with 1 second, they're going to have it. They'll probably just dump it right out. Horn sounds for the shot clock. So that'll be...
Thank you. Thanks.
But the fight have the ball back. So a fresh shot clock awarded. Didn't see exactly where it was from, but nonetheless, here comes New York up the right side. Oldmiller back behind the net. Oldmiller fakes, she dodges in front, deposits it home. Oldmiller with the hat trick. Kylie Oldmiller with a beautiful footwork gets it in front of the net, and the fight have the lead.
Third of the game, scored by the 17, Kylie
It looks like the fight has a little bit of momentum on their side, so I think they're going to try Kayla Kepney at the draw to maintain that momentum against Danielle Spencer.
So we'll see if things can get going. As we said, Kylie Oldmiller gets the hat trick on the day.
Oh, they swapped out Danielle Spencer.
So we'll see if the fight can maintain this run. As we get set to go. Referees trying to make sure the sticks are level. But again, as we said before, clock's running during all this, so even though it's the second quarter, you hope that this time doesn't come back to haunt them a little bit. Yeah. A couple of bounces off the turf, and Graziano picks it up for the fight, and here she comes up the right wing. Graziano a little too strong on the pass. Kempney tried to keep it to her, still loose, and coming away with it is the fight. Great work by Christy Gilbert. 40 on the shot clock now, as Kempney goes off to the right wing. Oldmiller with 30 seconds. He tries to pass it in front, but it got tipped looking for Zoe Stukerberg, but it pops up right into the basket for Molly Wolf. And the Upstate Pride will start to work back up the field. Roseburg. Back behind the net, 35 on the shot clock. Now starting to get some room, try to get a quick pass, Shayna Pareka. And a foul was called against the Pride. So New York fight ball. Danielle Spencer's inquiring as to why she was called with it, but just that fast, the Pride get it back. So fresh shot clock inside the attack zone, point blank range, and they tie it right back up as Grace Nolan goes point blank with Kelsey Gregerson. And Grace Nolan, in her first action with the WPLL, gets this game tied up. And we're going to take a quick break on the field for some water as well. So 4-4 is the score. 7:07 left to go here in the second quarter. And again, be careful as far as being smart with the ball. Fortunately for the Pride, as Danielle Spencer was inquiring as far as why she got called for the foul, the Pride get it back, get a nice look in front. The defense wasn't there. Tie ball game at 4.
Yeah, it's proving that every possession's really counting, especially in this game. It's really quick. Everyone's up and down the field very, very quickly. The ball turns over very quickly, and the clock's always running. So each possession is very important.
7:07 left to go when they come back from the break here in this first half action. Again, when we started, game time temperatures 92 degrees. Can't even make the joke that it's a dry heat because it's just checking again, and either my phone's shot from the heat or it's still 92 degrees. But nonetheless, good warm day and a far better cry. And you and I joked about this before we went on the air. Your days in Syracuse, the spring sports starting in February. Yeah, you got a dome, I get it, but still. It was a little cold up there.
There were times we had to prep for playing teams outdoors, when we were away, and we would, Harvard, Cornell, not fun times, no domes over there, so had to practice outside a couple times, but we were pretty lucky the most part.
Lucky indeed, and I remember the past couple of years, it'd probably be like more towards your junior and senior year. The Northeast really got hammered with a large amounts of snow, and the running joke around the Ivy League was, Harvard had to close campus, and I think it was only at that time, only the third time in history that the entire university had to be shut down just because of the weather.
We don't get quite that lucky at Syracuse. You know, we got a good bus system and a lot of plows, so.
Oh, the joke at Syracuse, too, is, I mean, now, with the weather, you guys have always had, what do you have, maybe a month of bad sledding? You know, it's kind of like Buffalo, Ithaca, all points out the closer you get to the Canadian border, but still, you look around on the field right now as we get ready to get going again, and the weather definitely starting to take a toll on a few of these girls. Is just trying to save what they got for the second half, but still we got 7:07 left to go. 4-4 is the tally here. As the draw control goes left, Stukenberg gives chase and takes it on a couple of hops, but she'll cut back and let everyone set up. Marissa Romeo.
It looks like the girls are taking their time to set something up.
Taylor Cummings has it on the right-hand side. Cummings looks in front, tries to thread a needle, but Haley Warden comes away with it, and the Pride trying to clear. Romsberg, she eventually checks back. Haley Warden. Warden going to her right, 35 on the shot clock, now to pass back behind. Great work by the defense. Meg Markham once again getting the turnover, and she'll roll it back in to the crease for a keeper. So great work by Markham. Speaking of the Ivy League product, University of Pennsylvania. And now the fight, working up the right side, Kelly McPartland. McPartland with a full head of steam. She gets in and gets a foul called. And McPartland will go to the line to try to take the lead once again for the New York fight. McPartland, an assist already on the day. She sets. She goes in, gets traffic, but still gets the shot off and finishes the job.
She got a great first step off that line, just protected her stick close to her face and finished it beautifully.
McPartland's second goal of the season, both goals for her coming from the free position line, but more importantly, 5-4 is the tally with 5:20 left to go here in the second. Clock running, just about 5 minutes left to go as we get set for the next draw control. Kelly McPartland, 2 points on the afternoon. And also as well, speaking of all things Ivy League, currently an assistant coach at Columbia. Taylor Cummings really harassing up Haley Warden. Warden doing well to keep it. Now she passes right side. Allie Carey. Carey fires, and that one finds the back of the net. I think it got redirected.
That's right. Kelsey Gregerson almost had that one. It looked like she actually saved it and just lost track of the ball at the last second.
Upstate goal scored by number 32, Allie Carey.
Allie Carey gets credit for the goal, and Warden the assist.
Allie Carey, her second of the game from Haley Warden.
So tied up once again, just under 4 minutes to go. As the Pride will make some substitutions. Shayna Pareca will come back out.
Got a former ACC matchup at the draw circle. Who's going to come up with it, Syracuse or UNC?
And another thing we were joking about, too, as far as, former teammates, now opposition. You'd love to have a live mic out there sometime.
Yes, there's a lot of it. People who you used to be major foes with are now your teammates.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. That's right.
But still, more importantly, the growing of the game and this opportunity. So when are we going to see you out there?
Well, hopefully next summer.
Whistle blown for something midfield. I do believe Alex Aust may have been sent off for the yellow card, although I did not see anybody raise one.
Nor did I.
But Alex Aust is over in the area. See if we get an official word. But either way, the Fight are now on the advantage. So Fight has the ball back behind the net. Kayleen Hart But oddly enough, the shot clock is at 34 seconds. Kylie Ohlmiller. Ohlmiller looking in front. Stukenberg will give chase. Uncontested, she turns. Takes that hop step. Now goes off to the left, but a little too much on it. And it's going to have not enough momentum as Marissa Romeo able to keep it in bounds. So 15 on the shot clock. She looks for a quick pass in front for Stukenberg. Stukenberg cuts left, right, nothing there, goes for Cummings. And looks like this is going to be shooting space. And Taylor Cummings once again will take the hash. Taylor Cummings sets, she goes in, she goes right, she gets the stick tipped, and it floats left, but Stukenberg slaps one in front, but right there, Molly Wolf able to keep it away.
Again, excellent play from the goalkeepers on both sides.
Great work by Stukenberg, but a better return by Molly Wolf. Score remains 5-5. 99 seconds left to go in the half, and the Pride working back behind the net. Gregerson tried to get something going, but a foul is going to get called
on Alice
Mercer. So free positions on both ends. Sets, fires, turns, but Gregerson again the better for the opportunity. Closest to the right side. Sammy Jo Tracy didn't waste any time in unloading one. 33 on the shot clock as the Pride still have the ball right side. Wind picking up a little bit as now the ball goes in front. The shot, the score. Allie Carey gets her hat trick on the afternoon. So the Pride take a 6-5 lead, under a minute to go. And again, with the clock running, how much time will they have off the draw before we get back to live action?
Third of the game, scored by number 32, Allie Carey. The assist, number 33, Erin Slifer.
Slifer gets the assist.
Carey, her third of the game from Erin Slifer.
Allie Carey getting all three starts for head coach Katie Rowan and the Upstate Pride. Sitting on a 1-goal lead and probably going to have about 10 seconds by the time this draw control gets off. Make it 11. Goes
Excellent
up. Taylor Cummings comes up with it. She's got to be quick with it.
Full head of steam headed down that field.
Cummings fires from distance, but Molly Wolf able to deny it. And she's just going to walk it off to walk off the last few seconds. And the horn sounds here at halftime. 6-5 is the score here from Hofstra. We're going to take a step aside for a little bit. When we come back, second half action here. You're watching the Women's Professional Lacrosse League on LaxAllstars.com.
The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chases program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dovey, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. We're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our, responsibility with the reach that they have nationwide to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the Chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players.
So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk, but the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to be a part of the Futures program. We want to make sure that we are always putting the players first. We're always putting these young women first. And we care about them as people first. And then everything else will fall into place from there.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty, it's much more, it's harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not even in the corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net.
Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Hands back, extended. Be able to catch it. And as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it. Nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're lefty, right? So you're gonna throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're gonna throw it, bring your stick out just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're stealing a defender off, and cradle down here, okay? that, but let's try to throw in a fake and go high or low, okay? Sound good? Ready, sweet. Woo, David. You're so much taller than me. I always think it's so funny when...
Catch it. I'm stark. All I've had today is McDonald's breakfast.
The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chasers program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dobie, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. We're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our, responsibility with the reach that they have nationwide to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the Chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players.
So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk, but the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to...
An exciting first half, and again, the scoreboard not really giving credit for what these women have been going through in this first half, but Devin, now you go second half action. You've had a chance to get some rest, get some shade. We did the same thing. We kind of retreated back under the bleachers here at our lovely little perch. But now you got to come back out. You still got at least a half hour worth of lacrosse. If you're the coaches on both sides, what are you telling your players? We'll start with the fight. You're down one in front of your home crowd. What are you telling them coming out of the break?
I'm going to think about giving it everything you've got now. You don't have to save anything in your tank. You can just empty it because you've already finished the first half of this game. So it's just time to lay it all out there and go all out. I think with this, I think that their coach would tell them definitely to capitalize a bit more on our free opportunities at goal with the free position shots. Other than that, I think they've made some great hustle plays. I think they've done great in transition. So I would say just focus on that and going all out.
On the other side as well, the Upstate Pride, the visitors here, again, they have the better foothold as far as a postseason berth. They're sitting 1-1, only a game and a half behind leading Baltimore. But if you're Upstate and you're Katie Rowan, you're just telling your girls keep playing your game. It has served you well so far. Keep it going right now, but also be careful.
I know what Katie Rowan would say.
Oh, all right. Well,
Katie Rowan would just tell you to play your game and not worry about what the other team might do. Just focus on yourself and what you can do.
Off the draw control, the fight come away with it. Taylor Cummings goes right in. Taylor Cummings fires. Cummings ties the ball game just that fast. So Taylor Cummings gets the goal in the third quarter to start things off. We're tied at 6. Taylor Cummings' first goal, not from a free position shot, So Taylor Cummings gets the unassisted goal right off of the draw control, and that's a nice way to start the third quarter.
Sure is. Back to 0 if you look at the scoreboard and think about it.
Clear it all off. Everything up to this point is irrelevant, and a whole fresh new game starts before us. The first minute of action here in the third. Set from the draw control, line drive right to the stick of Zoe Stukenberg, loses it for a second, picks it right back up, and she gives it over to Taylor Cummings. The Pride defense able to get back in time. Marissa Romeo off the left-hand side. They're going to start working their way back behind. Kayleen Hart. Hart rolling. Gives to Romeo. Kylie Oldmiller working her way out in front. Romeo with the ball. 30 seconds left of the pass to Hart once again. Hart rolls to the opposite side. Stukenberg looks, cuts right. Goes back to her left, trying to go in front, but great stick work. Molly Wolf gets her stick up there to pick it off, and the Pride working their way up the right-hand side. So the netminders, again, a stat you won't see on the sheet too much. The shot goes in off of a little shot from Olivia Hobb, goes to the left, but goes out of bounds, and the fight come away with it. Here comes Alice Mercer. Alice Mercer through midfield.
Great check.
Allie Carey does the job.
That was an excellent ride by Allie.
Allie Carey now works her way in. And then we'll pass up top. Haley Warden. Warden. A little traffic jam in front. Kind of looked like me going up the Beltway coming in here earlier today. Ball spits out to the right. Pride still have it, 33 on the shot clock. Trying to get a quick pass in front. She gets in. She shoots, but it goes, looked like it maybe got deflected, wound up going off to the right. So the fight come away with the ball. An opportunity for the Pride to take the lead, but great work by the New York Fight defense. And Gregerson brings it all the way forward, trying to get it going, but now the fights start to work up. Shayna Brady. Marissa Romeo. Romeo draws a double, but she cuts back left to contest it. .20 on the shot clock. Christy Gilbert. Gilbert for Kayleen Hart. Kayleen Hart will whip one in front. 5 on the shot clock now. Trying to get something going through traffic. Not much there. 2 seconds are left. They're going to try a quick shot. The horn sounds. So the Pride will have it. Great work by the Pride defense. 4 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Level at 6 after Taylor Cummings' quick third quarter goal to start things off. But here come the Pride once again to try to change that. No call from the referee. But great hustle by the Pride. But the fight working back the other way. Lydia Sutton looks like a little gingerly walking that off, but nonetheless, fight have the ball. 40 on the shot clock as you hear the play called in from the bench.
Lindsay Scott checking in for the fight.
Kayleen Hart has it, now gives to Graziano. Graziano through traffic starts her work her way in towards net, and once again, Molly Wolf stands tall before the shot. Allie Carey against Marissa Romeo through midfield. Carey with some space, she passes right, and a foul is called before the shot goes. And it looks like Upstate will go back up to the hash. Shayna Pareca will set up. 6-6 the score. 9:35 left to go. Kareka sets. She scoots one in, but right to the basket. Once again, Kelsey Gregerson able to turn it away. Marissa Romeo picks up the ball on the clear. Romeo. Taylor Cummings will just walk it up as substitutions are being made. Zoe Stuckenberg coming in. 30 seconds on the shot clock as Taylor Cummings starts to work off to the right. Cummings, Kayleen Hart.
Romeo at X, looking for somebody.
Pride defense, though, trying to give her something to look at. Marissa Romeo tried to get a little creative over the shoulder, but now she's trying to even get better as far as a cross turnover through midfield. Romeo tracking it all the way through.
Excellent ride.
Loses her stick and coming out of the scrum. Allie Carey gets back through midfield. Nadine Hagney passing off to the right. And the Pride working on the attack off the right wing. Just under 8 minutes left. Quick look in front. Meg Markham right there on defense, but Alex Oss scoots back behind the net. Haley Warden. Alex Ost.
Comes out of that relatively unscathed.
Ost sends one, but it goes up and over the crossbar. 20 on the shot clock and counting as the Pride get things going again now with 15 seconds. Try to get something going. Under 10 seconds now. Brady doing well on defense, trying to get something in front. Now the possession has changed as Taylor Cummings comes away with it. And now the long pass, Meg Markham will bring it across midfield. Markham to Stuckenberg. And she brings it over the line and walks off to her left. Stuckenberg looking in front but rolling back behind the net. Kylie Ohlmiller right there with her. Stuckenberg not finding anything she likes. 27 seconds left. She'll start to work her way in herself. Stuckenberg off the right, rolls left, cuts back, ball gets coughed up. Kylie Ohlmiller, though, tracks it through, still coming away with a great shot by Stuckenberg, and don't ask me how, Molly Wolf comes away with the save. Great save by the Pride netminder. Score remains 6-6, 6:20 left to go here in the third. Pride with the ball off to the right side. Sarah Martin works her way in. Will pass in front, point blank, and that one also gets over the crossbar. So the Pride's having some good looks in front. Now they just got to finish the deal. Alex Ost has the ball off the left side. Ost with some space lobs one in, but right to the awaiting stick of Kelsey Gregerson. Gregerson, and again, we saw this last time out and wouldn't put it past her because you can have a goalie score in this league if she got squirrely enough and just took off up the field. Shayna Brady, though, helps bring the ball up before it winds up in the stick of Lindsay Scott. Scott to Kayleen Hart, 25 on the shot clock. In front, loses it, picked right back up by Friedman, but the Pride come away with the ball. Molly Stevens. Stevens off to the right wing. Sammy Jo Tracy. Tracy cuts back in, but the fight defense right there. Loose ball, trying to come away with it towards the line, keeping her way in. Looks like Alice Mercer did well on that, and now the fight have the ball back. 4:35 left to go.
Shanna Brady taking her time up the field, looking for an open teammate.
Brady off to the left. Kayleen Hart. And they're going to call for the timeout so that the girls can get some refreshment. 4:27 left to go here in the third quarter. Score is tied 6-6. We started off right out of the gates. Taylor Cummings getting the lead back for the fight, but then the Pride turning around and answering it as well. And again, other weather, want to make sure everybody's being taken care of. So, as you said, nobody's holding anything back.
Nope, no reason to anymore.
No reason to, and especially, you said, this shortened season, this inaugural year of the WPLL, in which, again, just like last time, especially for the fight, leaving it all out there. You don't want to walk off. Did I leave anything there? So, getting ready to come back out from the break. Again, 4:27 left to go on the third quarter clock. Game one of a doubleheader. Again, the men's side, you always kind of feel like you're back in college a little bit. You have those doubleheaders, but as the Lizards will be along again later on tonight, good crowd on hand. They're all over in the shade.
Smart.
I'm still wondering how we wound up over here, but nonetheless. And we look around, we're getting a lot of hands in the air. I don't know.
Don't ask me.
So, now, my partner today, she dressed smartly for the weather. Me, not so much. I'm the knucklehead that showed up here in khaki pants and a polo shirt. So, well.
You live and you learn.
Hey, live and you learn, even at my age. As they get set to come back out onto the field again. 4:27 left to go in the third. 6-6 is the score. The New York Fight trying to get their first win, as we said at the top of the show. Upstate Pride just trying to solidify their position in the postseason. Again, looking back at the standings, we said Baltimore Brave are sitting atop of the league, but they have one more game left. The New England Command, 3-1 win after their last victory over Philadelphia Fire just barely 48 hours ago. In a game where maybe a shortened bench by Philly. Unfortunately, they only had 2 field players and 1 substitute goalie to back up the substitute goalie that was available for the day. May have hamstringed them a little bit. They had their opportunities, but just been a manpower problem. Might have been just something Ricky Freed just couldn't figure out which way to work the magic. So, again, this inaugural season of the WPLL. It's been a great ride so far. We're far from over. Next game's coming up. Well, we're going to be back down in Maryland this coming Friday night. A doubleheader on hand. And then Westchester University will host the semis. Then U.S. Lacrosse headquarters will host the final on the 14th of July. Back to live action. 30 on the shot clock as the New York Fight have the ball. Fight racing in Kelly McPartland.
Hands it off to Zoe. Oh, what
nice
a
to
great
McParland.
play.
McParland goes in, but a better save once again. Molly Wolf patiently awaited.
Doorstop save.
Door slam save. Just
that's right.
dropped straight down, almost into a butterfly, knocking away the 5-hole opportunity. But look at that goal back on the other side as Olivia Hopp gives another goal for the Pride. Great work on one end, better work on the other. The Princeton product. Olivia Hopp gets the goal for number 7 for the Pride. 7-6 is the score. And if you're Kelsey Gregerson, there's nothing you were going to do with that one. That was just perfectly executed from midfield to the pass off to the left. Olivia Hopp gets her 4th goal of the season.
We've got Taylor Cummings on the draw again, hoping to go down and even it out. We'll see. I think that now might be a time that people start looking for those 2-point shots, especially with how close this game has been. It could easily determine who takes a strong lead or who catches up.
And again, we've been saying this maybe a little too much, but I mean, when do you pull the trigger to tell these players for the 2-point goal? Who on this field would you categorize as having that 2-point distance?
I definitely think Sammy Jo Tracy is someone to look out for. She has no fear in letting it fly, and she's got a great shot on her, so I think that she'd be who I kept my eye on the most.
And then even then, what kind of play could you set up? Because you're going to need somebody to kind of play that sniper role. You're not going to be able to broadcast it too much.
No, you're not, and it's pretty hard not to telegraph. I think another one to keep an eye out for is Nicole Graziano. I think that she's got that in her as well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her try one.
Well, had to take care of the ball first here as the foul gets called against the Fight. Pride have it. Fresh shot clock, and the New York Fight now putting on a little more pressure as Colleen Hart steps into things. trying to make the Pride work for every square inch they can take on this field right now, but they get it across the line and work their way off from the right wing. Under 2 minutes to go, they have a 1-goal advantage here in the third quarter, and now working back behind the net. A little too much on the pass, but uncontested, still gets picked up on the right-hand side. In front. Great work by Sarah Brown. And the fight will get the ball back. Sarah Brown graduated Colorado this year. Talked about teams on the rise, programs on the rise. It was great to you read the story behind the Colorado women's lacrosse game, and you cannot help but to be motivated.
You can't. You know, I mean, I think that they kind of have the same mentality as the Northwestern program did when they first came to fruition, and that might just be because their head coach and their assistant coach went to Northwestern themselves, but I know that my best friend Kayla was also a coach there, and she said that they're just a very hard-working group of girls who will outrun you if they can't outskill you.
Having seen Colorado make the NCAA tournament as well. Again, just speaks well not only for the game itself, but for the Division I program. Again, for the longest time, for the most part, women's lacrosse pretty much East Coast. And
right.
As time has gone on, it's been building out more and more towards the West. And those programs, again, they're drawing on the past of the players from the Northwesterns, from the Marylands.
And honestly, I don't know if you've been there, but it's a pretty easy sell. The campus is literally in the Valley of Mountains, and it is beautiful. Their field in the middle of two mountains, just gorgeous, and plenty of off-season activities, hiking, skiing.
If you're into that kind of thing.
That's right.
I'm not really much a snow person, but nonetheless.
And you're not really allowed to. I forgot to add that.
You're not allowed to. Uh-oh.
No, if you get hurt doing something else, the coach is not going to be happy with you, especially if it's Ann Elliott. She's going to be very upset.
Well, Shannon Smith not happy with the New York Pride right now as Allie Carey just put in the 4th goal for her afternoon as the horn sounds, rounding out the third quarter action. 8-6 is the score as we went into the break. One more frame to go. 2 goals, just the difference. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the exciting 4th quarter action here on LaxAllstars.com.
What do you desire? What makes you itch? What sort of a situation would you like? So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. I say, do you want to teach in a riding school? Let's go through with it. What do you want to do? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Welcome back to Hofstra University. 4th quarter action for the Women's Professional Lacrosse League here on LaxAllstars.com. Dan Fritz alongside Devin Collins, and again, scoreboard's not really telling the story. A tremendous game we've had in front of us again, as we've had enjoyed all year long in the inaugural season of the WPLL. And Devin, something that we've talked about on many broadcasts, again, the talent, the skill, the ability. It's like you could make You can have 5 all-star teams, and here they are in this first year of the WPLL, and you cannot see any reason why it would not grow going forward.
That's right. You know, I think that this first year for the program has been really successful, and I think that it'll just continue to grow from here on out.
Fight, get the ball. Here comes Taylor Cummings. Cummings quickly on the attack, but she'll roll off right and give to Zoe Stukenberg. Stukenberg through traffic goes in. Great check, and the ball gets to the turf. The Pride come away with it. Casey Pearsall, credit for the cause, turnover. Long pass through the middle, and the Pride able to collect on it. Now their work on the attack. Up by 2 here in the fourth quarter. And if you're the Pride right now, you get at least one more for a little cushion, and then see what you can do to work on the clock.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex Oss is looking for that insurance goal right now. That was a great cut, just didn't get the feed.
Kelsey Gregerson with the ball. She'll walk it up. Send one to the right. Zoe Stukenberg. Meg Markham. Markham will pass off.
Oh, if I notice down there, I think it looks like Lauren Murray might be shutting off Kylie Ohlmiller, which doesn't surprise me. Kylie's had a great game today, and Lauren's a great defender, someone I played with and against, and she's a great matchup for Kylie.
We'll see how it works, but right now trying to work her way through it, but can't get there. Kaylin Hart gets the ball out of this, has the ball come out of her stick. The Pride quickly on the other way. And the Pride shot goes off just to the right. Looks like it may have gotten deflected by Kelsey Gregerson. It goes out. So the Pride will have it. Fresh shot clock back behind the net.
This is where I think Alex Oss is most dangerous, when she's down, looking, just waiting to feed. I think she does the most damage when she's got the ball in her stick behind the net.
Shayna Pareka. Up the middle. Pareka sets loose with a sidewinder, and the save from Gregerson comes almost all the way over to us here on the sideline. Pride still have the ball. Fresh shot clock off of the save. And the Pride once again going to work. Here comes Pareka. Pareka draws a double, lobs one in.
The fight's getting a bit more aggressive, sending double teams on almost everybody up top.
But leaving somebody in front, but a great save by Gregerson.
She's really keeping them in there, making these great doorstop saves.
And she did that the last time as well. You know, you throw the double, but who are you going to leave open? But Gregerson able to pick up the mark and the great save, and now the fight working their way up into the attack zone, down by 2, 12-19 left to go here in the fourth. Marissa Romeo with the ball, going back behind the net.
Oh, Kylie Ohlmiller was able to break free. Almost had it behind the back there.
Yeah, and you know it's just going to be a matter of time before she pulls the trigger on that and it goes.
That's right, yep.
So somebody might want to have maybe a sports media outlet in Bristol, say on speed dial. We may be sending you something later on, we'll see. Pride, though, get the ball back after the shot. Molly Wolf able to close down the pipe. Pride now working left to right on your screen. Allie Carey. Sending it back behind the net. Olivia Hopp. Danielle Spencer.
What's cool about this game is Danielle Spencer is someone I grew up watching play and someone who I hope to be as good as one day. And now I'm just here again watching her play, and all my friends are playing against her. So it's just funny.
And even still, like you watch Spencer throughout the night, and to use her height as an advantage, but right now looking out in front as Gregerson almost got caught back behind the net. Getting the ball back now. 1-2 punch right there. Alex Oss able to put the Pride up by 3.
Alex Oss has one of the quickest releases in the game. That was just a beautiful quick stick goal, a great finish, and that's why she's so dangerous.
Like we said, you're going to take care of maybe a double out to the right side, but you're going to leave the front door open for somebody. Alex Oss able to send one home, something that we've all seen Maryland do on so many accounts we can't.
Was that a jab at me personally?
No, it was not. Actually, I'll be honest, the first time I saw Maryland, when I first started broadcasting at Penn, and just watching how they were doing those plays in warm-up. I remember just looking at our goalkeeper and being like, oh,
They moved the ball very well, especially from behind the middle.
From behind, out front, and in has been been a trademark of that program for at least the 10 years that I've been around the game. So not taking a shot at you, even though, yeah, I know you probably saw it on a few occasions.
A little bit salty about them still, but, you know.
Hey, but you know what? You have a nice feather in your cap, as we said.
We do. We broke that home game winning streak, so I won't forget about that one.
That's right. So they can get all the 1-2 shots out in front. You've got that.
Yeah, they
Nobody
might
can
have
take that away
finished where
from
it
you.
mattered, but
Okay, I'm
who's
trying to
counting?
help you here a little bit, but all right, I see where you're going with it. It's all
Who's
good.
counting?
Well, let's count the scoreboard. 9-6 right now. 9:42 left to go as the Pride come away after the draw control. And now in the driver's seat, up by 3, so they can work on this shot clock a little bit.
Tire out the defense, make them work a lot.
And if nothing else, more importantly, maybe not so much tire out, but frustrate the defense.
Right.
As going in with some room, the shot just off left, but the flag was up. And looks like Pareca got the shot off, but the flag went up. She'll have another opportunity. As the flag went up, that looked like it was going to be against Alice Mercer. So Pareca sets, plants, but she'll pass off. Loose ball, though, but right there to try to take it away. Here comes the fight. Taylor
Looks like
Cummings
they've
with
got
plenty
numbers.
of room.
Their numbers up. I think she should go with that full head of steam. And
Cummings, right side. Too much air mails the pass to Lindsay Scott. But Kylie Ohlmiller able to collect it and keeping it for the fight. They're down by 3. 8:30 and change left to go here in the fourth. Ohlmiller waits back behind the net. Ohlmiller, little pass. Stukenberg with the finish. Kylie Ohlmiller with a nice little pass back over the shoulder. Zoe Stukenberg seals the deal and gets her second goal of the afternoon and gets the fight back to within 2.
New York goal, her second of the game, scored by number 15, Zoe Stukenberg.
this next draw control is extremely important if you are on the New York Fight team. You really want to just continue that momentum, have another goal, get up on the board, cut that lead down as much as you can.
I got Taylor Cummings lining up for the New York Fight. Zoe Stukenberg's going to be right behind her. Haley Warden will come out to match up with Stukenberg. Looks like everybody's going to go left now. As Alice Mercer also lines up for the fight, left-hand side of the circle.
Got 3 Maryland Terps all waiting for that ball.
Pop straight up. Cummings the first touch. Mercer comes away with it, and through traffic she races towards the sideline. Foul call, quick restart by Mercer. Mercer, Cummings in front.
Great look.
Cummings with all the room she needs, but a better save. Molly Wolf once again.
That was a great save by Wolf.
Up, the flag's up. Hold on.
It looks like they might be discussing something about offsides, but I can't see
They say-
exactly what.
Did I hear Cummings was off?
I don't.
I heard 21. The Pride does not have a 21, but they're all walking down towards the other end.
Kayla Kempney just exited the field, so
But she came off, but now here comes Marissa Romeo. Nobody's going over as if they're serving a penalty or anything.
the clock is stopped. So
Yeah, that's 7 minutes even. And again, here's something where the referees are trying to sort something out. All right, so for reasons unknown to us on this side of the field, New York still has the ball. Fresh shot clock, down by 2. Here's
Kylie
Ohlmiller. Ohlmiller in
Wow.
front, the shot, the score. Once again, the fight. This time, Lindsay Scott sends one home, and the fight are back to within 1.
Kylie Ohlmiller with back-to-back assists. She's just making it look too easy out there today. She really is.
Goal, scored by number 5, Lindsay Scott.
Lindsay Scott, her first goal as a professional here in the WPLL. And as you said, Kylie Ohlmiller gets her second assist, her 5th point of the afternoon. And the fight are back to within 1. And as the clock continues to run, 6:15 and counting. here in the fourth quarter. So again, Kylie Ohlmiller, whether it be from the pass or whether it be from the shot, you can't take your eyes off of her.
You definitely cannot. She's one of those that you need to lock on and just pay 100% attention to.
Kayla Kempney is taking the draw control now for the fight. Mercer closer to us. Stukenberg off to the left-hand side. Stevens for the Pride has the first couple of touches, and Stukenberg gets it and gets it right back to the stick of Alice Mercer. Mercer with room. Mercer goes all the way in the shot. Once again, Wolf the save.
Zoe has been absolutely imperative on the draws today. She's been coming up with them every single time she's had an opportunity.
And the passing that Stukenberg has had as well, just laser precise. Again, something you're not going to see on the stat sheet at all at the end of the night. But Zoe Stukenberg, if she finds 6 inches of open space that she can send the ball through, she's going to thread that needle and help get the pass through. But right now, they need to get the ball back as the fight are down by 1. 5 minutes left to go. The New York Pride working up top. Danielle Spencer with the ball. Spencer takes it down to 20 seconds before going left. Mercer right there with her. She gives off to Parecka. Parecka loses it for a second, but then retreats. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Spencer.
Excellent
Fight still coming away with some great work here. Graziano just trying to calmly collect it. She gets it. Gets the pass off. One hop to McPartland. McPartland, right side. The shot in front, it trickles its way in. Lindsay Scott has tied the ball game.
We've got 2 back-to-backs. We just had Kylie Ohlmiller with back-to-back assists. Now we've got Lindsay Scott with back-to-back goals. I think New York Fight is going to look to build on that momentum and just keep it rolling.
Lindsay Scott gets the shot in. Molly Wolf got a piece of it, but it still trickled across the line, and she knew it too as you saw her hopping up and down. That will definitely be one, and she's even tapping onto her jersey right now. She knew that one was hers, but still, that's going to be one she's going to see later on tonight.
Yep, one she's going to want back.
So, as you said earlier, take everything we've had up to this point, throw it out the window. Level score, we're going to figure this game out. 3:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And do we say it? Maybe overtime.
I would actually be really interested to see overtime. I have yet to see the new rules. There's a 5-minute overtime period, and then it goes into a shootout, which I think is just wild. You know, it's just going to be like soccer with penalty kicks. It's going to be so exciting.
Playing goalie in soccer, it's
too much pressure. It really is.
No, actually, the pressure is on the shooter or the striker because,
it really is.
As my coach had told me as a goalkeeper, you got a 1-9 shot. Guess, have fun, dive, do what you want.
Luckily, goalkeepers in lacrosse might have a little bit.
Yeah, now the advantage I had is I didn't have the person coming at me.
That's right.
They were shooting straight up, of which I think that is the rule with the shootout, is they stay at the spot.
Right, they cannot cross the line. I think it's the 2-point line?
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next few minutes, and we might find out. If not, then we'll find out later. Right now, 2:45 left, and the New York Pride, the Upstate Pride are going to call timeout. 2:46 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
I would be willing to bet a large meal, I won't say so money, a large meal on someone trying that.
Is that a fat kid joke?
No! I think that someone's going to be trying to throw one of those 2-pointers out there soon.
She just bet a meal with the fat kid.
I love to eat, so I just wanted to make
till you get my age.
the
Okay,
stakes high. I wanted to keep the wager nice and lucrative.
Within reason. Okay, I like it. Logical thinking.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, but now, I'm even going to go as far as within this. Now you're going to revert back to the college days. Smart, be sure, be precise. It's tied. I'm going to say you don't take the unnecessary chance unless you've got it. And even then,
right.
You know, so now with that theory, you're the fight. Okay, it's easy. Who do you put the ball in the hands of? Ohlmiller, Stukenberg, Cummings. Those are your top 3. What about on the other side for the Pride? Who do you put the ball? Who do you give the ball to?
I think that they might be looking.
Allie Carey's got to be one.
Yeah, Allie Carey is definitely one of the most experienced players on this field. Alex Ost.
But who's the unknown?
I would say honestly Danielle Spencer. She has the frame to just build through or to barrel through and get the goal when she needs it. She's also been in a lot of high pressure situations, so I think she knows how to handle that pressure and use it to her advantage.
If I'm the defense for the fight, even though, like I said, Allie Carey's got 4 goals, but Alice is the first one that I'm keeping an eye on, only because of what she's done so far. She's had that quick reaction. She's had those quick looks, those quick shots off.
She will be dangerous. I think she is an absolute threat when she has the ball behind the cage. She's a great feeder, and she's not to be trusted down there. She will do some damage.
Well, they have the ball. 46 seconds on the shot clock. 2:46 left to go. We're back to live action. The Upstate Pride trying to get their second win of the season. The New York Fight trying to get that elusive first win and solidify a spot in the postseason. Really for both teams. Spencer passing off, back behind the net, 30 seconds to shoot. They go in front, they shoot, they score. The Upstate Pride are up again. Shayna Parecka takes the ball and gets it in and just follows the momentum, making this a 10-9 ball game. Shayna Parecka, her second goal of the season, did not play last time out, but got the goal when it mattered.
Goal scored by number 7, Shayna Parecka.
For her side, and now the Fight have 2 minutes and counting to do something with it. And again, the running shot, the running clock. So we've chewed in about 15, maybe 20 seconds at this point. So the Fight getting the ball back, try to tie things up. And if you can find that 2-point shooter, let Fly take care of it now. On the whistle, ball up to the left. Taylor Cummings will take it off the hop. Cummings.
Oh, no.
The Campney, she loses it for a second, and coming away with it is Sammy Jo Tracy. Pride with the ball, 1:25 left to go. New York's defense comes away with it. Here's Taylor Cummings. Taylor Cummings, as if anybody had a doubt, showing why she's been one of the best players in the country. Gets the ball back, and now the Fight have an opportunity. 1:07 left to go, and Shannon Smith is going to call timeout. 67 seconds left to go for the Fight to tie this one up, or maybe even get somebody in a sniper position and uncork a 2-point goal to win this in the final seconds. Ooh. As we said, the games, the talent, the storylines that we've been enjoying all year long, they just keep coming and coming and coming. Hope you're enjoying this first year of the WPLL. What an afternoon this has been, and now, again, you look on the other side. So if you're the Pride defense, who you keeping an eye on, you know that the ball's going to wind up in one way, shape, or another, the stick of Kylie Ohlmiller. Then the question becomes, what's she going to do with it?
You know, it really doesn't matter what she's going to do with it, because she will do something. Whether it's feeding it or shooting it herself, I think that you can look to her and trust her to make that big play. I don't know. And, you know, I think that they just have so many threats on offense that you can't even just count on Kylie Ohlmiller. There's still Taylor Cummings, Zoe Stukenberg, and Kelly McPartland. You cannot count Kelly out. She is a clutch player. When she comes up big, when you need her, she'll be there.
And also as well, Marissa Romeo, not to be left out of the conversation, Nicole Graziano as well. So
absolutely.
2 more players that maybe, again, they're not singing, getting the song praised on the stat line tonight, but there are players that have been doing phenomenal work all year long. As the whistle blows, we come back out for live action. The New York Fight break the huddle, and let's see what they got up their sleeve. 67 seconds to do with something. I'm sorry, actually 46 on the shot clock. So it's going to be an interesting final few moments here in game 1 of this doubleheader here at Hofstra. So the Fight will get things started. Kylie Ohlmiller, as we said, has the ball. So she'll start off the right wing. Zoe Stukenberg comes up in the trail. Ohlmiller will work her way back behind the net. 35 on the shot clock. Ohlmiller looking. Pride defense waiting for there on the post. Pass in front, too much on it, but Zoe Stukenberg's going to have enough room to pick it up, but the shot clock does not reset. 20 seconds, she goes back behind the net. Stukenberg looking.
Again, those unwritten stats are what Zoe Stukenberg has really
tipped by the Pride. It's a turnover. Coming away with it. Hadnagi has the ball. She can sit on it. The shot clock's unplugged. The goalie comes out. Olivia Hopp with the ball for the Pride. Gregerson's out of her net. 17 seconds left. The Pride just trying to play keep away. Long, smart pass up top for Allie Carey. Carey to Warden. Long pass Spencer. Had an open net, but she opted not to take it, but the horn sounds. Exciting finish to this one, down to the wire in the fourth quarter. The Upstate Pride improved to 2-1 on the year, a better foothold inside of the league for the postseason. The New York Fight dropped to 0-3, and pretty much it'll come down to their game Friday night between the Fight and the Philadelphia Fire to maybe figure out who's going to be going into the postseason. Great game here, great work here by my color commentator, Devin Counts. Thank you very much. A joy, a pleasure as well for all of us here at LaxAllstars.com. Dan Fritz saying one more time, the final score 10-9. You've been watching the Women's Professional Lacrosse League here on LaxAllstars.com. Have a good day, everyone.
Watching you, use them, walk up to them, ask them questions, all right? They want to hear you ask them questions.
Go lefty on the righty, it's much more, it's harder for a defender to guard you when you attack his top hand.
Just step to our target, right in the middle of the net. We want to shoot. We're not even in the corners right now. Big step, right in the middle of the net.
Just make sure you get to the ball as quickly as you can. All right? Your hands back, extended. Be able to catch it. And as soon as you catch it, be able to pull it. Nice overhand release.
Try going a little bit lower. So you're lefty, right? So you're going to throw the ball. You can do it with your hand too. So want me to throw it? So you're going to throw it. Take your stick up just like this. Bring it and bring it in like that, okay?
Pick it up, bring it across your body like you're sealing a defender off, and cradle down here, okay?
Get him a good shot, but let's try to throw in a fake and go high or low, okay? Sound good? Ready? Tweet. Woo! David. I always think it's so funny when...
Catch it.
I'm starving. All I've had today is McDonald's breakfast.
The mission is obviously to, provide these women with other opportunities outside of being a professional lacrosse player.
The WPLL is a two-pronged approach. One side of it is a platform for the players to play at the highest level possible, playing a brand of lacrosse that's both exciting and fits the athleticism of the sport. The other side of that is the junior development and having a Chases program, a development program where these younger players can aspire to be WPLL players, can not only get out on the field and play, but also be mentored and learn traits such as leadership, character development, that whole side of it, merging the two. So merging your pro players with the development group to form one awesome league, a two-pronged approach.
It's a perfect opportunity for us to create programming that's going to help them develop personally and professionally. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that's out there these days. We have Taylor Cummings, who obviously is a huge star in the game. Dana Dovey, she's amazing. She's got tricks up her sleeves. And so putting them in a position to play on a smaller field, making the game faster, the spectators are going to have a blast watching it. we're going to be able to, create mentors that can reach our next generation of young female leaders. Given the level of play and the status of these women, we feel like it is our responsibility with the reach that they have nationwide to give back.
I think the goal for me when I really talk about the foundation is to support and inspire an entire generation of young women, but using lacrosse as a vehicle to do it. And what the foundation will support is all the leadership and bravery programming that we'll do. It will support the junior pro division, and it'll support the chasers. So the nonprofit side of the organization is really going to help us fulfill the mission of impacting thousands of girls and an entire generation of women's lacrosse players.
So what I want for these pro women are for them to feel that we are supplying them not only with the lacrosse experience. I think that's just the perk, but the main focus is really to provide them with opportunities to personally and professionally develop. And so for them to get that experience is definitely one of our main goals, but then also to connect those pros with that next generation of leaders, which are those young women that will have an opportunity to be a part of the Futures program. We want to make sure that we are always putting the players first. We're always putting these young women first, and we care about them as people first, and then everything else will fall into place from there.